In this video, we'll explore different scenarios of how this plane crash might have occurred, while the Russian reported that it was struck by a bird, which could have caused engine failure. However, there are also several other reports suggesting that the plane was hit by a Russian Panzer missile system supported by video evidence, all in the video ahead. Azerbaijan Airlines Flight J28243 was en route from the Azerbaijani capital, Baku, to Grozny, the capital of the Chechen Republic in Russia, when it encountered a critical situation mid-flight. The aircraft was forced to make an emergency landing approximately 3 kilometers, which is around 1.8 miles away from Aktau, a city located on the eastern shore of the Caspian Sea in Kazakhstan. The incident resulted in the plane crashing on the opposite shore of the Caspian Sea, after what was described as an emergency maneuver. The nearest Russian airport along the plane's intended flight path, located in Makhachkala, the capital of Dagestan. The Embraer E-Jet family is a narrow-body, short to medium-range, twin-engine jet airliners with 114 seats designed and produced by Brazilian aerospace manufacturer Embraer. Let's take a look at 2 scenarios of what happened to this plane crash. In Scenario 1, the Russian authorities claim that the plane was struck by a bird. This alleged bird strike caused an engine explosion which severely damaged the plane's hydraulic systems. The loss of hydraulic fluid rendered the aircraft unable to maintain altitude, resulting in a steep descent and ultimately leading to the crash. In Scenario 2, we have a detailed timeline. At 10:43 a.m. Kazakh time, which is 5:43 GMT, Russia's Rostov Air Traffic Control Center received a signal indicating that the crew had decided to divert the flight to Aktau due to adverse weather conditions in Baku and Makhachkala, a city in Russia's Dagestan region. At 10:53 a.m., the Rostov flight director informed Aktau's flight manager that an oxygen tank in the passenger cabin had exploded. This explosion reportedly caused passengers to lose consciousness, prompting the crew to request immediate medical assistance upon landing. Emergency teams were swiftly mobilized at Aktau Airport in preparation for the aircraft's arrival. At 11:02 a.m., the pilots made contact with Aktau Airport's air traffic control tower. Despite their efforts, the crew faced significant challenges during their descent. They attempted to land twice but were unable to maintain altitude or stabilize the aircraft. Tragically, at 11:28 a.m., contact with the crew was lost, and moments later, the plane crashed to the ground. This means the plane was hit between 10:30 to 10:53 a.m. Kazakh time by the Russian anti-air defense system. The Panzer Air Defense System's radar scans the surrounding airspace, continuously detecting and identifying potential threats, such as this Embraer E-Jet. Once a target is identified, the system initiates tracking using its integrated radar and optical sensors. These components work together to calculate the target's trajectory, speed, and other critical engagement parameters necessary for interception. Based on the target's range, speed, and altitude, the Panzer system determines the most effective response, whether to launch a missile or engage with its high-speed autocannons. In this scenario, the plane is flying at a significantly higher altitude, rendering the cannons ineffective. Consequently, the system opts to deploy a missile as the optimal weapon for engagement. The missile is launched vertically from its sealed canister. It uses its advanced onboard guidance system to navigate with precision towards the designated target. As the missile approaches, its onboard sensors continue to track the civilian aircraft, which in this case is tragically identified as an Azerbaijani civilian aircraft. The missile carries a 25-kilogram high-explosive warhead. Upon reaching the target, the warhead detonates, releasing an intense explosion. The explosion occurs near the side of the aircraft, causing catastrophic damage to its tail section. The resultant shrapnel penetrates the fuselage, inflicting severe internal structural damage. This devastating impact destabilizes the aircraft, leading to an uncontrollable descent. The severely damaged plane crashes near Aktau Airport, resulting in a tragic loss of life and a devastating outcome for all those on board. This Russian Panzer has been very successful in Ukraine in taking out drones that resemble Cessna aircraft. The Panzer is equipped with 2 armaments, a missile system and a 30mm gun. This is the UG-22 drone that can carry 82mm mortar rounds that the Russian mistook for the Azerbaijani plane. When this Cessna-like drone enters Russian territory, the Panzer's radar tracks it and selects the missile option to launch and destroy the drone as it flies at a very high altitude. The Panzer missile and gun system crews are responsible for monitoring and securing the airspace in designated areas, typically a few kilometers from populated regions, to ensure the safety of civilians. Once a target is detected, the Panzer system tracks and destroys it at a range of up to 20 kilometers before relocating. Since the beginning of the operation, Russian Panzer missile defense systems have reportedly destroyed more than 400 drones and numerous military aircraft. As we examine the damage caused by the air defense missile strike on the Embraer 190, it's important to note that the tail section of the aircraft was found upside down in the field. This perspective allows us to observe the left side of the vertical fin and the left side of the rudder, both of which are constructed using composite materials. Visible on the left side of the aircraft are the entry wounds caused by the missile's shrapnel. Correspondingly, exit wounds can be observed on the right side of the vertical fin and rudder, indicating the trajectory of the shrapnel as it passed through the structure. These missiles are equipped with proximity fuses, designed to detonate the warhead when the missile is near its target. Upon detonation, the warhead releases a barrage of shrapnel that penetrates the side of the aircraft. This type of damage is particularly devastating as the shrapnel often severs critical hydraulic lines and other essential systems. Here we can clearly see the shrapnel impact on the left side of the vertical fin, where it entered the aircraft, causing catastrophic damage that likely contributed to the loss of control. Here you can see the damage penetrating the right portion of the rudder. This is the exit hole of the shrapnels, where the damage departed from the composite structure of the rudder. Next, he moves into the vertical fin portion, and here you can clearly see the shrapnel exiting through the aluminum structure of the vertical fin. Now you're looking at the top of the fuselage, right here where his hand is positioned. This area is on the right side of the vertical fin, showing how the shrapnel tore straight through it. We make original videos from scratch, so please do subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos.